So today I'm talking about, what prompted me was the news of Amanda Todd's suicide in British Columbia. Um, it's a very sensitive topic. A lot of people are giving a lot of attention to um, bullying and what part it played in her suicide. Um, This is extremely tragic, and my thoughts go out to the family of this. Um, it's a pretty horrible ordeal. Um, that being said, um, it is it right for suicide to be illegal? So if you attempt suicide, um, should you be brought up on charges? Um, this is something I've debated with my friends for a long time. Um, and you can probably, why does this have to do anything with somebody committing suicide? It just got me thinking. Because who owns your body if it's not you? You get a lot of people arguing that it's a woman's right to have an abortion because it's her body, but that's about as far as they allow that freedom of choice because it's your own body argument go. Because past that, you have to wear a seatbelt. It's the law. You can't do drugs. You can't put any other substances in your body because it's a law. You're not allowed to commit suicide uh, because it's the law. It's strange how we allow other people to say what we can and can't do, and people still vote these people in office that stand on platforms. Just because one person thinks that something is wrong, fine, don't do it. If you don't like if you don't like gay marriage, don't get gay married. If you don't like drugs, don't do them. Just don't infringe on somebody else's right to do them. It doesn't make any sense. You can say, okay, yeah, it's the right of the woman to be able to have an abortion because it's her body. That argument doesn't hold any water if you're going to just turn around and say, sorry, my cat. If you're just going to turn around and say, yeah, you can do this because it's your body, but you can't do this because, well, it's not really your body. I mean, what sense does this make? Well, that being said, there's a lot of people in the Amanda situation that they're saying that she brought it on herself and that if she hadn't done what she had done, she would still be alive today. These arguments don't even make any sense. She was coerced to do something that she thought better of, but felt the pressure to do it. So, this is, if you know anything about me, force and coercion, it doesn't make any. I've said it doesn't make any sense a lot in this video. Sorry about that. There's a lot of stuff that just really kind of irritate me that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Forgive me, I've just come off a long shift, so kind of thoughts aren't as coherent as they should be. In most situations, I think that suicide is fine. It's your right to do what you want to do with your body. And be that suicide as long as you're not, committing suicide by head-on colliding into traffic or death by cop is a popular one. I don't condone that either because the cop that shoots and kills you has to live with the fact that he shot and killed you, or she shot and killed you. That's not right either. Things like Kevorkian and stuff like that, I'm perfectly fine with. I believe he should be able to help people in end-of-life situations. Now, this being said, the fact that I agree with suicide, and I think that it's perfectly fine. In her situation, I think that she was left with no options. She felt completely alone, and nobody to talk to, nobody to console her, nobody to help her with her problems. And no matter where she ran, the problem seemed to follow her. And kids are brutal. I was I was kind of a nerdy kid, and to look at me now, like you wouldn't think that I was like the skinny kid in school, but I was just an itty bitty guy. I had to fight all the time, just because of bullies. And fortunately for me, my dad was on the wrestling team at Penn State, and so I grew up in a house where I knew stuff. So getting picked on by multiple people, stuff like that, I could deal with, I think, better than a lot of people could. Her choice was taken away from her. I feel it's really tragic that it came to what it did. I mean, if she was, suffering from depression and stuff like that, and she had tried to get help and things, and the bullying hadn't factored into it, I think it would be a little bit of a different story. I commend people that commit suicide, because it takes a brave person, believe it or not, to commit suicide. I mean, it's not an easy thing. At that age, usually, though, it's just a cry for help. But I don't know. Well, what do you guys think? Is committing suicide a cowardice way out, or is it brave? What do you guys think?